Hello everybody, welcome to a new tutorial from Sound for More. It's Leo speaking. Today I have the pleasure to introduce you to the oscillator or AM operator inside Nambu. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm inside the AUM. As you can see, I have Nambu as an audio source inside the audio channel, and I have ApeSoft oscilloscope that helps me to check the output coming out directly from Nambu. Okay, let's open up Nambu. Let's go to the presets and click new so that I have an initialize preset. So I have the first operator selected, and I'm going to change the type to the second one, oscillator. So first of all, you can change the waveform as you would expect. Okay, like so. So you have the square or pulse, triangle, sine wave as well. And here you can change the shape of it, which of course you cannot further modulate. You can invert the phase as well, which is nice. And then of course you can adjust the sync as well of the oscillator. And let me show you what happens when I adjust that. Let me bring up the oscilloscope and let's ensure that I have the sync visible. There it is. So I can stop now and you can see a little bit. Let's do something like this so you can see a little bit better. Hopefully a little bit more. There you go. And yeah, check first the waveform here. You can see the waveform there. And let me show you what happens when you change the oscillator sync. As you can see, the sync has changed incredibly, so also the pitch or frequency has gone up as well. Okay, so hopefully you could see that. Now, let's move on as well. So as I said, you have also a pulse here, waveform, which is really nice, particularly as you change the shapes. You can do pulse modulation as well. And of course the sync. And then, of course, you have the triangle here. And lastly, that sine wave, which we are accustomed to. Oops. And, of course, the oscillator sync. Okay, let's go to the pulse, like so. Now, moving into the right-hand side, you have adjustment for the octave, as in any other operator, semitone, synth, and then you also have a drift adjustment to reproduce that instability, because this type of oscillator is an analog type of model oscillator. Hopefully, if you have headphones, you could hear that drifting or instability which has been added onto the analog oscillator. Now, let me show you what happens when you have more than one oscillator type active. And let's go to the second one, operator B. Let's select that to oscillator as well. And let's set these to a sine wave as well. Next, what we are going to do, we are going to the modulation metrics here. We're going to remove here the output directly from the operator A. We are going to introduce the output directly from operator B, and we are going to introduce modulation. Now, let's set this up to maximum, and let me show you what it does. So effectively, what you see there on the screen is you see alpha, that sine wave, and the reason that is alpha is because in the part where the sine wave is not reproduced, is almost to zero, you have that pulse which is zero. So practically the output of the first operator is multiplied to the output of the second operator, and that is where you can do AM type of synthesis. And remember, you can always manipulate shape and sync using modulation target, like so. You can go, for example, to the LFO and apply the same, for example, for the sync. And as we will see in other tutorial, you can also, for example, set it against, modulate against a sequence, which you can find down here in the LFO and sequence view. You can select, for example, sequence 1, and then you can do something like that. Okay, that is all I wanted to show you for the oscillator or AM type of operator. And as always, see you next time. Bye.